obvious that future job success is a top educational goal for our students. Can enrolling in programs specifically focused in the areas of science, technology, engineering, math, or healthcare help our students transition in these fields? The AACPS magnet programs in STEM and BEMA, Biomedical Allied Health, hope to accomplish just this. Both magnet programs are currently offered at high school levels, with STEM also offered to our middle schoolers. Are you wondering if your child would do well in a STEM or BEMA magnet program and how to apply, or just how you can bring more STEM or BEMA to your own home school? We spoke with Tina Gill, Meister of AACPS for more information. So Tina, thank you so much for being here with us today. We've talked on the show before to Dr. Joe about the magnet programs in general, and I wanted to talk to you today to dive a little bit deeper into two of those, and the ones that you concentrate on being STEM and BEMA. Can you explain a little bit about what those two magnet programs are, what they stand for?
Sure, absolutely. Our STEM program is Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math, and our BEMA program is Biomedical and Allied Health, and it falls under the umbrella of the STEM program. So it's another lens to look through the STEM programs at.
Great. And those, STEM is available to middle schoolers and high schoolers, and BEMA is available to high schoolers.
The STEM magnet programs are available to middle and high school, and the BEMA magnet program is available to high school only.
Great, great. And for the magnet programs, how do you look at enrollment in terms of how are kids eligible to get into the magnet programs?
So all of our magnet programs are based on a lottery system, which has no weighting or bias inherent in it. And so once students meet the criteria set forth by that magnet program, that student is eligible to enter the lottery. And the lottery process is done late February, early March, and then students are selected randomly by an outside agency, and the results are sent back to us.
Okay. And obviously STEM, at least at our school, is such a huge buzzword right now. Everyone's interested in it. Everyone wants to do more at their schools having to do with STEM. Can you talk a little bit about what falls under the STEM umbrella in terms of curriculum and teaching?
Sure. I think it's important to know that here in AACPS we don't define STEM purely by its letters, what I like to call the alphabet soup. There are so many acronyms for STEM out there: STEM, STEAM, STREAM, C-STEM, E-STEM, STEM Plus. And so instead we define STEM very differently here. That's a very inclusive definition, and that is by saying STEM is using all of your skills, knowledge, and resources to solve problems and create opportunities in the world. And so by doing it, the definition that way, we have an inclusive nature of STEM, and it also allows for all curriculum areas and all schools to be a part of the pre-K through 12 STEM for all that we have here in AACPS.
Okay. And I know you talked about different internship opportunities, which I think is very exciting and something that parents may not know about. Can you speak a little bit, are there internships for STEM as well as BEMA? And I know there were higher education as well as corporate, and I think that's very exciting because it gives students real-world work applications. So can you talk a little bit to that?
Yes, I know Dr. Alato and Dr. McMahon really see the value of internships for our students, and that real-world experience you're talking about is exactly what the employers and the businesses are telling us students need. And so what we have here is we have an internship coordinator, Tammy Dietrich, and we also have an internship portal, which was developed specifically for AACPS to match internships, to manage internships, to reflect on internships and things like that. And so at each of our high schools, there's an internship facilitator that works with students. So all students in all high schools have the opportunity to be a part of the internship program. And at each of the high schools, it's through their signature program. And then in STEM and BEMA, we also have internships that are required for our students to complete. Those students are brought to us multiple ways, and those internships are brought to us multiple ways. Students may have internship opportunities in the community that they bring to us, but also we have our business partners bringing in internship opportunities that they want to offer to our students. And all of those are fully vetted, everyone is fully background checked, and there's very specific guidelines about how that runs.
So if a student is not enrolled in the magnet program, they still have opportunities within STEM and BEMA. Can you explain that too? Because I think that's very important, and parents may not know about that. You don't have to be in the magnet program because it is a lottery, and there's only a few certain school locations that have those programs. But how can students that are not enrolled in those programs take advantage of the opportunities?
Sure, there are several ways to do that. One way is through our co-curricular opportunities, those before, after, and during school clubs.
Okay.
And STEM supports additional club allotments for our schools up and beyond what the district supports for them, at least an additional one club at every school that's related to STEM. And we are able to support even more than that if the school requests that. They're also able to participate in a curricular way. So there are things that we pilot in the STEM programs that are then able to be offered at other schools throughout the county, such as elective courses or such as our new system science rollout with the science office. That originally was a part of the STEM program in the 9th grade and now has been rolled out in middle school countywide through 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. In addition to curricular and co-curricular, we also offer community opportunities. So those are just STEM events that schools hold in the community, or STEM fairs that they might have, STEM expos, and those are all supported by the STEM office in conjunction with the schools and the curriculum offices.
And what can parents do if they would like to see more STEM opportunities at their school? Is it something that the PTA can get involved in and push for the clubs, or how does that work?
Absolutely. All the clubs need is a sponsor, and they go through the club verification process. And so if the PTA wants to reach out to their principal and say, we'd like to run, for example, an underwater robotics club or a destination imagination club, we have an advanced co-curriculars office run by Betty Elder.
Okay.
And we're one of the unique school districts in the country to offer that because we really see the value of out of school time as well as in school time. And so Betty Elder coordinates those, and then STEM provides the funding for that, and we all, Betty Elder also provides training and competition opportunities.
So they would just apply to get in touch with her office, apply.
Their principal would do that.
Their principal would do that, apply for the program, get the funding through the office, and then be able to roll it out at their individual school. How would they get in touch with her?
Betty Elder can be reached by email. It's eelder@aacps.org, eelder. And they can also go through their principal, as I said, and the principal would be able to get in touch with the advanced co-curricular office.
Great. So if you're not seeing something at your school, it's a good opportunity at PTA meetings to bring that up and have interactive discussions with your own school administration and see what you can get started.
Definitely.
Great.
STEM also supports professional development. So we support that through the summer. We do some summer institutes for teachers that are offered to all teachers in the county to take advantage of the teaching methodologies of STEM, which that includes problem and project-based learning, Socratic dialogue and higher level questioning, and technology integration. And those professional development opportunities are available to all teachers to begin using those STEM type of teaching in their classrooms throughout the county.
I love Socratic dialogue. I mean, having a 2nd and 3rd grader, that's just so impressive.
Yeah. Kids really love it because it's a very student-directed and then moving into student-led learning opportunity.
Well, we were talking also earlier about different, boardroom applications in terms of presentation skills and self-confidence and the teamwork, and that seems to be a lot of what STEM is modeled on too, working on projects together collaboratively in the classroom and, learning more than just the traditional book learning, but hands-on learning, which I think is very important.
People often ask me, where do the ideas for the STEM program come from? How did this STEM program even start? Sometimes I think they think I sat up in the board and made it up, but that's not true at all. What we really did is we looked at model STEM programs across the nation, and we networked with a huge variety of business and community stakeholders in order to see what is it that students need, what is it that businesses need, and we matched those together to create the STEM program that we have. It's actually very unique in the nation because our STEM program is about being different, not about being more. It's not necessarily about being accelerated or being elite. It's about opening the wide array of opportunities in STEM that exist, especially in our region. We just read a study yesterday that 55.1% of the jobs in the Washington corridor were STEM-related jobs.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure students are prepared for those opportunities at all levels.
And what about other opportunities, things like competitions or potential scholarships or things that if a student goes to a school that may not at this point have as much STEM as they're looking for, are there opportunities to get in touch with your office to find out from a county standpoint, other things to get involved with?
Absolutely. My office has been very well supported by the board, Dr. Arlotto, and our entire community. We actually have an elementary specialist, a middle school specialist, and a high school specialist who work not only with the magnets but with schools throughout the county at their request.
Okay.
And also it's very well supported in the community. So the public libraries have been a great partner in offering a lot of STEM programming. The community colleges especially also offering STEM programming. And then just local businesses and organizations. There are just so many opportunities out there as they have embraced STEM throughout this region.
Yeah, I've noticed at our public library a lot of their programming, and especially over the summer, you're looking for things to do with your kids over the summer, they seem to have a lot of STEM opportunities happening at our local library branch.
And they've done a really great job of partnering with us so that our definitions of STEM are the same and that we're very much on the same page in regards to preparing our students for STEM careers.
What would you say to parents over the summer in terms of keeping up that learning? Are there specific STEM things, workbooks or that they can be looking for, going to the library? I get this question from parents all the time. What should we be doing over the summer? And you think, okay, well, kids should still be reading, but to keep up that science, technology, engineering, and math, do you have any suggestions for what we can do over, especially since this summer is going to be an even longer summer with the addition of the post-Labor Day and no snow days?
I think it's really important when I think about this to look back at our STEM values. And one of those values includes radical curiosity and revolutionary imagination. And a lot of times students don't get the opportunity to have that unstructured time. And what we found is that's really critical to developing the creativity and innovation skills that they have. So allowing them that time to be outside or to be inside, creating what we call invitations to play, which is just putting out interesting materials and seeing what they do with them. That's something that's really a cool thing that can happen over the summer. Yeah. Summer is also a time where kids can work on some long-term projects that they're passionate about, whether it's building a fort in their backyard or a huge Lego model or just the ability to do a cooking project, And I think allowing them to explore those passions is really what the STEM fields are looking for.
And I love that answer too, because science, technology, engineering, and math doesn't necessarily have to equal screen time.
No, absolutely. I mean, technology, it started with the fork and the pencil and the wheel. And often our definition of technology is so narrow that we don't see the broad definition of technology that's included actually in STEM fields.
Yeah, and working imagination in there too, I love that.
Thank you.
How do you get in touch? How will parents get in touch with your office?
Sure. Our office has a website. It's www.aacps.org/STEM, STEM, and that has a lot of information there, not only about our magnets, but co-curriculars and resources and things like that. We also are available by phone. It's 410-222-5391. And we welcome opportunities to collaborate. We have what we call opportunities for involvement in STEM, and they might be more than the traditional opportunities you think of, like a guest speaker or a class helper, because people in our community and our parents have a lot to offer, and we want them to be able to play at whatever level it is that they're able to play at. We have curriculum review days where people in the community and businesses and parents come in and give us suggestions on our curriculum. We have opportunities for guest speakers, but we also have opportunities to actually co-teach a lesson. If you're out there and you're a pilot or an engineer or a chef and you want to be a part of a school day, we have opportunities for that at a variety of levels.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like the biggest takeaway is don't sit back, be proactive, get involved, and yeah, it's great. Well, thank you so much. That was a lot of great information.
Thank you. I think the last message also is that everyone is a part of STEM. So there's sometimes this fear out there that if I'm not an engineer or a research scientist, I'm not a part of STEM, but we're here to tell you that you are.
Yeah, as long as you have an imagination.
That's right.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Kathy Schaefer, and this was Parents Corner on AACPS TV. Like our Facebook page to stay up to date on show topics. Thanks for watching.